The honorary degree will now be conferred. Mr. President, will you present the honorary degree candidate, Rudy North?
Mr. Chancellor, it is my privilege to present Mr. Rudy North, a leader possessed of a generous heart and an inquisitive intellect. This great friend of Simon Fraser University has used his remarkable success in business to enrich the lives of all British Columbians. As a co-founder of Phillips, Hager & North, Rudy built an investment firm that has set the standard for integrity and service. Upon retiring, he founded North Growth Management Limited, specifically to pass on his philosophy and expertise to younger managers. And his business acumen, proud sense of fair play, and deep respect for the well-being of others have earned him the trust of clients and placed him in the front ranks of innovative business leaders. Those very qualities characterize his dedication to the community. Sustained by a passion for education, dialogue, and the environment, Rudy North envisages a society in which people collaborate to bring about significant change. And to help realize his dream, he embraced our university and through the North Growth Management programs at the Morris J. Wask Center for Dialogue, and more recently through his patronage of the Imagine BC program. He has supported discussion, debate, research, and advocacy in areas that foster understanding of the most pressing concern to the future of our society. Rudy North has often said that if he had not become a businessman, he would have spent his life fishing. A passionate advocate of marine conservation, he has contributed significant funding to our leadership chair in salmon conservation, but also inspired others to support this initiative. A man who translates ideas into action, he has given unstintingly of his time and resources to our Center for Coastal Studies. And together with his support for programs at SFU's Center for Dialogue, these contributions make him one of the most important benefactors of this university. Rudy North's love of nature and his compassion for others have benefited this province through his involvement in a variety of community projects. Through the Rudy and Patricia North Foundation, he has sponsored research conducted by the Fraser River Sturgeon Conservation Society, the Inner Coast Natural Resource Center, Nature Trust BC, and the Vancouver Aquarium Marine Sciences Center. His great generosity extends also to other organizations, including the British Columbia Children's Hospital, the St. James Community Service Center, and the Vancouver Foundation. In spirit, word, and deed, Rudy North has been a catalyst for change and one who inspires others to contribute and excel and who takes great pride in their achievements. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of this university, I ask that you now confer upon Rudy North the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Rudy North, by the virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Dr. North will be hooded by Dr. John Waterhouse, Vice President, Academics. You can put your hat back on now. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations, Dr. North. Oh.
It is with pleasure that I now call on Dr. Rudy North for his convocation address. Dr. North.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the graduating class of 2006, and guests, and faculty too. I'm deeply honored to be receiving the Doctor of Laws degree from SFU, a truly progressive and visionary university. President Stevenson has referred to my business career, interest in supporting education, and passion for environmental issues. This is pretty ordinary stuff compared to the achievements of typical recipients of honorary degrees from SFU. I have no personal anecdotes or good jokes today. Instead, I wish to congratulate and challenge today's graduating class. Today is primarily a celebration of this year's graduating class. To say that you have been given a degree isn't accurate. You have earned a degree and you have been given a certificate to acknowledge the fact. Graduation is an exciting time with the opening up of great opportunities. The real excitement, however, is just about to start as you go out and seize those opportunities. Having stated the obvious, I'm going to attempt a short talk that may seem to border on hyperbole until you reflect on the significance of the problem. This should come from someone more qualified or credible than me, but all we can do is work with what we have, so here I go. In the roughly 250 years since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, mankind has benefited from unprecedented growth of material prosperity, technological expertise, and knowledge in general. Our way of life, at least in the developed world and much of the developing world, is beyond the imagination of earlier generations. To achieve this, modern society has bought into a philosophy of pursuing material growth at a rate that is unsustainable over the long term and that is destroying the natural environment upon which life as we know it depends. The dilemma is that growth is still obviously needed for society to function. There's a challenge here. Let's just say that a culture of smart growth has to be developed. This is your great opportunity. It will require getting involved by becoming knowledgeable of the issues surrounding sustainability, making your lifestyle less damaging to the environment, and through your employment, looking for ways to make mainstream economic activity more sustainable, or even being at the cutting edge of some significant new developments through involvement in one of the many new entrepreneurial businesses or NGOs that stress sustainability. Change is needed, and you will find getting involved both challenging and personally fulfilling. In the meantime, global warming is the most obvious manifestation of the ecological crisis we are creating. Global warming is an accepted fact by the world's leading and most credible scientists, ordinary citizens, and responsible governments. It is, as Al Gore says, an inconvenient truth. Pockets of denial are based on short-term vested interests of the business-as-usual crowd. Some business people and politicians say we cannot afford to respond as effectively as we know how in order to meet the challenge. They say that it would cost too much. These thinkers are, among other things, miscalculating the risk-reward trade-off between what has become the universally accepted paradigm of economic growth versus sustainable, smart growth. Wow, what an exciting time to be graduating. There's no other way to describe it. You will not just be another generation on the treadmill of human existence. You have been handed a great bleeping mess, which is also the opportunity to launch a new era of human history, which will ultimately prove more significant than the Industrial Revolution. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. North.